welcome. Tony here with another how-to video, and this one is all about the 2025 AMG CLE 53. And this video was made possible by the folks at Crown Euro Cars in St. Pete. If you need a Mercedes, if you need any servicing, or if you need a hell of a deal on a used car, this is the place to go. Now, back to the car. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous car. This particular CLE is finished in manufacture Alpine Gray. It's a non-metallic color. This one also has the extended night package, so blacked out diffuser. Every piece of chrome is blacked out, including the emblem and the badging. So we have 20-inch cross-spoke wheels. We have blacked out trim elements. We have the enhanced lighting package. So you have the enhanced headlights. You also have driver's assistance package. So your car has the adaptive self-driving, self-steering cruise control. That's what the radar is up front. And this is just a looker. You have just a sleek, low-slung coupe. Love how they did the body work. And because it is a full AMG, you have a functional hood scoop. You have factory wide body at the front and rear. And under the hood, you have the AMG Enhanced 3.0 straight six. This one makes 450 horsepower, and it has a lot of torque and a lot of configuration. Moving on to the inside, we have black leather everything. This is black Napa leather too. We have cooled seats. We have Burmeister sound system, extended ambient lighting throughout the car. And this sound system is bar none. This is also a Pinnacle trim car, so you will not find any blank buttons or unavailable features in this car. And here's the back seat, quilted Napa leather. Enough room for adults if you really want to make people suffer. But this is all about the driver here. And without further ado, we're going to go over what makes this car so special. Today, we are in the 2025 Mercedes-Benz CLE, but it's the AMG CLE 53. And today, we're just going to go over this as if you were a first-time Mercedes-Benz user. So we're going to do a couple of things, but most of this is based on you already having your Mercedes Me Connect account set up. So if you haven't done that, then I don't know, call your dealer. If you have, good, you're in the right place. Now, let's get going. So I just signed into my Mercedes account. And the first thing it wants me to do is to set up my user profile. And first question here is, of course, how tall are you? Now, you can just use your seat controls right here to move your chair, but Mercedes thought it would be a nice touch to put your height in, and it will move the chair to suit your height. Mine is already where it needs to be, so I'm just going to skip this step, okay? And make sure you save your chair. Hit M, hit 1. If you hear the beep, it means you are memorized. And this next place is where you can change your username. It's going to say your name at least once a day. And if you want nothing, you can always just hit nothing, hit a space, and then your car will just say welcome when you get in. You can change your picture in the Mercedes app. The next question is if you want the car to make recommendations. This car can recommend places to go, people to call, music to listen to. And if you want it on, cool. But sometimes it gets annoying. So if you want it off too, then you can just leave it off. Next one is your home address. If you're in the mafia, don't do this. Otherwise, you can enter your address. And if you turn on your Mercedes Connect, one thing you'll notice is this little G. Mercedes has a new contract with Google. We now use their mapping software. And so you can type in anything and it will figure out where it is. So I didn't know that this was going to give me a result, but it did. We're going to save this as our home. Bit of a short trip all the way to Indiana. So we're going to save that right there. Now, last thing it wants is to connect your phone. And this one should be pretty easy for anybody who has been in a modern car. But this car now has wireless CarPlay. So basically, you go to connect your device, make sure you're on your Bluetooth discovery page, you will see your phone selected, and you'll be in. Nothing too complicated about that. And then the last one is where you choose your home screen, and I will show you next where you can do that. So yes, choosing your home screen, we're going to do 0 layer. But if you ever want to change your home screen, all you have to do is hold home. You can go between classic, which is a little more like our previous versions of software. You just kind of slide left and right to see everything. Or you can hold this and you can go to 0 layer. And 0 layer is great because they consolidate everything into 1 or 2 pages, and your navigation is your background. Now, if you say the phrase, "Hey Mercedes," at any time, it will bring you to our favorite voice assistant. Just know, hang up on it, and it goes away. Makes that little sound too. When you're on this screen, navigation's in the background. Like I said, if you want to go somewhere, you can just go up to where to, type it in. It's linked to Google, so it'll find anything. And fun thing, if you do find a place, let's say Guggenheim Law Firm in Pasadena, Texas, you can slide up, you can see their reviews, their hours, and you actually can see some pictures as well and the weather over there. So this is kind of cool. Also, this is going to come up if you own this car. Your car has an automatic shutdown feature. You have to get used to hitting that banner every 10 minutes. The navigation in this car is super simple though. You just type it in, or you just say, "Hey, you know who," and tell it where you want to go. Pretty super simple. And if you are going somewhere, let's just tell it to take us home, and you want to cancel the navigation,
the route includes
flag with the X right there.
Your destination is located in an area with restricted access.
Now, fun thing, this car has the augmented reality navigation. So if you do use our built-in nav instead of CarPlay, it will actually show you with its camera where to make your turns.
In an area with restricted access. In 200 feet at the stop sign, turn left.
And of course, it will show you exactly where to make the turn. And you can configure these settings. First, you have to dismiss this. You go up here, and then the small settings down here. You hit this, go to view, and then you will have your augmented reality video settings. It should probably be higher up, I think, but you go there, you can turn on and off the video, you can turn on and off the street name feature and the house number feature as well. But people love this feature just because it makes navigating foolproof. You'll never miss an exit again, you'll never miss your turn again, and more on it later, this dash cam is the same camera. If you have the Mercedes dash cam, you are all set here. If you don't have it, I'll tell you how to get it. It's in the Mercedes store. Now, I made a separate video on that, so it won't dawdle too long. If you want to cancel navigation again, flag with the X, touch it, cancels it out. Now, down here, you will have your audio and your phone connection. You can expand your audio so you can see your different options, whether it's USB or your different sources as well. And this car, because I have a USB drive in here, I can actually play a bunch of music. But more on that, you'll see your favorites, FM, AM, Sirius XM, and then you can choose different devices for media, or if you go to apps and you have your full Mercedes Connect active, you can see the music streaming services. But for now, you're limited to what you see here, and that's either under radio, you have your Sirius XM, FM, AM, or under media, you have your USB and the Bluetooth connection as well, which I left off for this video. Oh, and one little quirk about the radio that is a little annoying. When you find a station you want to save, star it, FM and AM saving favorites up here. If you save a Sirius XM station, however, you touch the star, it saves it down here. A lot of people are wondering why they don't see their favorites up there. That's because it's down here. Touch this, and you'll see whatever Sirius XM stations you save. Why did they change it? I don't know. They didn't tell us. But that's the way it is for now. Now, we're gonna unsave that because 80s is where it's at. Now, let's move on. Also, this system is a little laggy in a way that I don't like. More on that in a moment. Alright, so back to the infotainment part, still keeping emphasis on the entertainment. In here, we have the MBUX 3.0 instead of 2.0. This gives you slightly revised icons over to 2.0 and a new feature called Routines. Basically, Routines lets you automate your favorite features in the car. So, to do so, you have to choose a condition and an action. Condition can be a time of date, a location, a temperature, or a vehicle status. Like your door's open, or your sunroof is open, or you're going above a certain speed. Normally, the easiest one is to do condition, climate, and we can do the exterior temperature is above. And we're going to say 84 degrees. So we're going to add that as a condition. The action will be comfort, seat ventilation, add. Next, they want you to give it a symbol, and they want you to give it a name. Once you create that, it is in your... There it is. There it is. And so, this is now a routine that I have. Let's try another routine. So, we're going to go routine, condition, vehicle, driving speed is above. I guess they only go to 90. If you're going above 90, we'll start this routine. Let's really just make it 25 miles an hour. Add the action, and let's see what we can do here. We can see vehicle, dash cam only, entertainment, radio stations or media. You can have it choose the audio, or you can have it choose a comfort. And you know what? Let's see. If we're going above 25, the lights turn red. That's interesting. I don't know why. Let's see. If we're going above 25, you can navigate somewhere. Comfort again, entertainment again. Entertainment, radio stations, favorites. Only AM and FM. That's kind of weird. Okay. Well, a little limited, I guess. But we're going to have the lights turn red if I'm going above 25. Let's really just make it above 55. There we go. Update. Next. And we'll use this. Call it Red Man. Easy. Alright, so we have two routines now, just like that. It's kind of a weird feature, to be honest, but maybe with the S-Class or some more feature-dense cars, we'll see where this feature truly shines. Really, the E-Class. So look for my E-Class video, guys, and you'll kind of see that there. Let's keep it going. This will be a long video. So that was routines. We did radio, media, phone. Of course, you can connect your own phone. Let me show you a comfort item, and then we're going to move on to why you really got the car, and that is AMG. So, the comfort item, first and foremost, this is going to be a feature called Seat Kinetics, where you can move, or where you can activate a feature that moves your chair in subtle ways. Basically, it will raise your seat cushion. It will articulate your seat's backrest, which this one just did it, but it's really hard to see. And it does so over the course of 32 minutes, just to make sure you don't fall asleep while you're driving. If you start to feel fatigued, you can turn this feature on with your voice, and you can tell it which parts of your chair to move, either your backrest or the seat surface, and you could have it work for 16 minutes up to 96 minutes. And we do this, like I said, to make sure that you stay alert, that you don't fall asleep while you're on a road trip. Kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. We also have your height-based vehicle seat positioner. And just so you know, this system assumes that everybody is equal length legs and torso. That's nobody out there, so if it doesn't work for you, don't feel bad. Now, other interesting thing here is the ambient lighting. That's everybody's favorite feature. Runs from the front to the back, in the footwells, in the door panels, and up here. It's pretty hard to see in the daytime, especially with this lighting. Just know you can make it any color you like, and you can use your voice. So I can say, make the lights red.
Could you repeat your input, please?
Change ambient lighting to red.
Red. Always pleasant.
Change ambient lighting to blue.
We are changing to blue.
Ambient light green.
Please repeat.
Ambient light green. That doesn't like every command. Change ambient light to green.
We are changing to green now.
Yeah, so pretty easy. All right, so that was the comfort menu. Now, let's go on. Actually, wait. We'll do apps. This is basically where you can configure your dash cam, go to your camera to take individual pictures, and you can go to gallery to see all of your previous dash cam recordings. Now, to make this work, you do have to have a USB drive in here, and it has to be USB-C. So keep that one in mind. But to get a dash cam recording started, you go apps, dash cam, yes, turn on the loop recording, and then once your device is in here, just hit start recording. And it will do so. And the cool thing about the loop recording is that when your storage is filled up, it will just delete older videos to make more room, so it can keep recording continuously. But if you ever need to manage your recordings, you go into gallery, and then you find one that you want to delete, hold it, and delete it. Or you can save it. And you can also watch it. What a boring video. So, pretty easy interface there. Now, let's move on to fun stuff. Okay, starting out with some fun stuff. You really got the car because it's an AMG. So this button actually lets you change your drive mode. Comfort is your default. You have a Sport, Sport Plus, and you can shift over here. You have race mode. Now, this dial is the AMG drive unit. You can use this to change your drive mode at any time. You don't have to be in park either. You can do so on the fly. But let's say if you wanted to mix it up. What if you wanted your Sport Plus with comfort suspension? You can do so on this menu, but you can also do so from here. This extra tab right here is what lets you enable and disable your favorite AMG performance features. You can have it be your exhaust and your suspension, but you can also push the image to change the function. And it can be your traction control, your suspension, transmission shifting style, eco start and stop. You also have AMG Dynamics, which is kind of like your traction control, but for body roll, and regular traction control. Like I said, find the one you like, then you can use the tabs to enable and disable. Just so you know, you can also enable and disable these features from this AMG screen, and you also have a settings select page where you can choose the upper and the lower function. And then you can just change whatever function it is. And this screen selection will actually give you extra functionality because you normally can't access your lap timer by just kind of clicking these items. So when you're over here and you want your lap timer to be selected, it's the last option. It's over here. And when you click on this, it brings you to this screen. I gotta cut this later in editing to make sure this isn't too jerky. But you have your lap timer. You also have your vehicle telemetry page. I love it. You can see what your car is up to in terms of its suspension. And this is the lap timer I was talking about. It's under IWC. This is like our version of the Sport Chrono package, all digital. But so is Porsche's. Yeah, I like this. It's kind of cool. You can lap time your grocery runs. In addition to the performance you can access on your main display, you also have performance and your instrument cluster. And this is controlled by your steering wheel control right here. And basically you're just going to be sliding up and down. And each dot that you see on the right is actually a different display. Each one does a little something different. It can be your map, it can be your music, it can be your intake, miles per gallon, tech features. You have a G-force meter, you have drive mode selection, you have your temperature, and you have nothing. So you can see your tachometer, just watch your engine rev. Now, this view is actually called Supersport, and it's one of many. You can choose of any of these just on the fly. Most people prefer Classic just because it is sincerely easier to understand. You know what you're looking at all the time here. Engine speed, vehicle speed, and the interior options on this screen are basically the same as Supersport's. You could do Sport if you want something more intense. Just know that there are no customizations on this page. They got rid of the understated view for some strange reason, unfortunately. You have your navigation view, assistance if you want to see what your car's sensors see sometimes. Or you can just leave it as is. Now, fun thing, if you slide up, you can also choose different heads-up display content. I'm going to try and capture it on the camera. So let's see, here we go. You have your standard, you have your Super Sport, so you can see your engine revving. You have a race tachometer up here. Same information, different shape. You also have a minimalist one, just your speed, settings, and you can turn your heads-up display off from here. I'll show you the same options down here. So you can switch it on. You can choose off and on settings to raise it up and lower it. You have minimal, standard, super sport, race. Very easy so far. Super simple there. I'm gonna do this so we have one more high quality scroll through these options to work with in the video editor. Race, super sport, sport, standard, minimal, settings. Yeah, I'm gonna edit my voice out of this too. Worth mentioning, I love this steering wheel. The haptic feedback part, I'm not the biggest fan of, but just the way everything feels and how it interacts, it's really wonderful. I love the little, oh, we can't shift thing it gives you. You know you're in park, but it gave that to me just as a driver. This car does reward the driver, but I do still just want to touch on some more tech features, mostly because we're on the inside. Now, home, I want to talk briefly about settings. So we're going to start a new video just for that. All right, so we're in the settings page. If you didn't know, home, settings, you're there. And this is where we can do a couple of things. First, under assistance, well, let's start from the beginning. First, you should know that your settings is divided into 6 categories. You have assistance for all of your autonomous features, vehicle for creature features like comfort and open and close. You have your light settings, system settings for time and date and turning on and off the Hey Mercedes feature. You have your app settings, and then you have info, which is a built-in operator's manual. Pause. Back in the settings now. Starting with assistance. In assistance, we just have first our driving system. If you are a fan of our cruise control, you can actually turn it on and off from this icon, not the cruise control, but the steering assist part of our cruise control. Of course, regular cruise control, you turn on and off from this part of your steering wheel. You set your speed, resume and cancel, and once you have it on, you can use this button right here to choose the distance from the car in front of you. But this car has Distronic Plus, which means it can also steer for you, brake for you, keep you in your lane, and it can change lanes by itself too. It also functions in stop and go traffic very well. I'll make another video on it one day. But for now, this menu right here, quick access, brings you here, and you can turn off the steering assist and the auto lane changing assist quickly. But when you're under assistance, you have the option to fine-tune how your Distronic works. You can turn on and off your speed limit adoption. You have route-based speed adoption, which you can change as well. And you can also choose if this thing will accelerate and decelerate in autonomous cruise control like it's in sport mode, or if it's always in comfort mode, in spite of how you might feel as a driver. You also can adjust how your automatic lane change works in this car. You can turn it off all the way, you can keep it only a manual initiation, or you can leave it to the car when you're in cruise control. You also can adjust the sensitivity of your active brake assist. I tell most people to leave it in medium, but if you're experiencing some phantom braking, you can actually set it to be less sensitive, or if you're extra cautious, you could have it be early. Now, you also have the ability to configure your active lane keeping assist. You can turn it on and off just like you can from here, just right there, on and off. But if you hit this icon, You can choose when it launches its intervention, early, medium, or late, and you can turn on advanced support. Basically, advanced support means that it works on broken lane markers. Those dash lane markers, it will be able to correct your course of travel if you go over those lines. Now, you can't configure your active blind spot. It's either on or it's off. Same for your alertness. It's on, it's off. Even though you could have it be more or less sensitive. This is, of course, that you're getting tired, get some coffee feature. Above that, you have traffic sign assist. This is your speed limit warning. Basically, it flashes the speed limit at you when you are speeding. And you can set your warning threshold to be higher or lower. Only up to 5 miles an hour though, which is a bit of a bummer for the super speeders out there. If you really want to be driven crazy, you can turn on the visual and audible setting. That way, not only will it beep at you, but it will also make an audible beep every time you go above the speed limit. If you live in a place where speed limits are low, this is a good way to play a trick on somebody who has one of these. Otherwise, you can just turn it off if you like. It can just be off and you'll still have your speedometer right there. Now, that's under assistance. Under assistance, you also have camera. This is just opening your camera cover if you want to clean some bugs out of it or something. Parking is going to be your maneuvering assist. And this is where you can actually do a couple of fun things. So first, you can choose the volume of your warning tones. You can also have it turn down your volume for the warning tones or not. It's up to you. And one thing that drives people crazy is that if the audio fades out when the car's in reverse. So you can turn that off from here too. Now, you can also choose your time of warning and if you get a side warning or not. Most people leave it standard, of course. And maneuvering assistance is always interesting because this is 4 important things. One is drive-away assist, which this limits your maximum speed if your car detects any obstacles so you don't hit anything. You also have a cross-traffic warning going forward, so if there's a car in front of you, it will slow you down and stop you and warn you if you're about to hit somebody. Same thing if you're backing up, you have a cross-traffic warning for the rear. And then you have close-range braking, which is always off, but if you turn it on, your car will sense what's around you and it will stop. It will slam on the brakes if it needs to make sure you don't hit what you need to hit. Mercedes drivers hate this feature because more often than not, they don't like being told how to drive. So, take from that what you will. Next, you have vehicle. And fun thing, this is where you can turn on a great feature called collision photos. If somebody bumps into you, this camera right here will take a picture and they will send that picture to you if you have your Mercedes Me Connect set up as well. It's a great camera system though. And all 4 of these cameras will go off at once and take a picture if it feels like your car was bumped into with its parking sensor data. And if you want, you can actually scan this QR code and then have the pictures get sent straight to your phone. So that's collision photos. Under open and close, you also can turn on and off your acoustic lock, mirror folding, so it folds the mirrors when you lock the door. Automatic locking refers to when the car puts itself in lock when you start driving. No Mercedes has an automatic locking in the same way that your Tesla, Acura, BMW, or Cadillac have. Now, driving is your gas station search. Comfort is your easy entry and exit feature. You also can have your roof blind work. This is going to be your belt adjustment. Most people just turn that off. And then dynamic select is where you can configure your individual drive mode. That's what this I is for. I, individual. You can basically choose all of your preferences. You can have your powerful exhaust, your basic dynamics, a comfort suspension, manual mode, transmission, which we're going to do, and then race mode. So this is how you have a high-powered cruiser, just like this. Now we're going to pause and we're going to go on the light. And this car has the best headlights. So this car has the dynamic low beam. It looks left and right around corners. You also have your daytime running lights, and there is a farewell welcome projection. This one is going to project AMG logos all over your garage when you start the car up. You also have various projections your car can do. And if you haven't done this, make sure you turn on your car's spotlight. That way, your car will not only project warnings onto the surface street, but if there's anybody crossing at night, you can turn on your spotlight and it will find them for you. Cast a little light on them right at the chest. You have also your interior lighting options, mostly how long your lights stay on when you lock your doors inside and out, and your ambient lighting. There's a shortcut here for it as well. Then you have your system settings, Hey Mercedes on and off, time, date, language. You can also reset the whole software here, change your time and date and your software updating preferences. Next to that, you have apps, because this car supports third-party app downloads. You can clear your cache here if you're using your Vivaldi browser or if you download Angry Birds, and really just this lets you manage the apps you download in the Mercedes store, which is up here. Now, last thing was info, and this is actually the most useful part of settings because there's a built-in operator's manual, and best part about the built-in operator's manual is animations. There is a video library here that you can use to learn all about the car that you're in, and these are videos that you can scan a little QR code and watch the video on your own device. So great little feature. That's settings in a nutshell. Let's keep it going. So, last things I want to talk about before I show you guys some fun self-parking and interior shots. Up here we have your sunroof, which you actually slide this part, slide it front to back. Sunroof shade opens. It's a little weird. Slide it forwards, just like this. Maybe like this. And your sunroof will close. Your glass also opens. You have your main light up here, lights in the back there. Really, it's just like one light. You also have your Mercedes Me Connect service if you need roadside assistance. That's where they help you. This is lights off when you open your door. Otherwise, they'll turn on. You have SOS here. You have your lights here, touch sensitive. That was a weird camera effect. And then you have your HomeLink system here. And HomeLink, super simple. You choose the button you want. You'll see an orange flashing light. You take your imaginary clicker, put it right next to the mirror, and you press and hold the button that opens your garage door until the orange light turns green. Super simple. Now, I want to show you self-parking. And to show you self-parking, I have to show you this. This right here is your 360 camera, your friend in the parking lots. This will help you see all around your environment, renders the car beautifully. You have different presets for front, rear, and different side views. But if you go up to parking assistance, your car can actually park by itself. So we're gonna go over this one next. All right, so doing the self-parking in a parking lot. Now, push camera button down here. From there, go to parking assistance up here. And from there, you just have to make sure you find a parking spot that this system likes. Now, we're going to drive forwards, and we're going to keep driving until we hear a beep, just like that. That means the car found a space that it likes. I don't like that one, so we're going to keep going. And you have to make sure that you pass the space that you really want. That way your car scans it with the front and rear sensors. As you can see, you can find multiple spaces next to each other. They no longer have to be bordered by a car on either side. Once you find the one you like, you push start parking procedure. You make sure the coast is clear because people just come out of nowhere. And then, once the coast is clear, take your foot off the brake, hands off the wheel. Your car does everything for you. And if you have anxiety, it's time for you to freak out right about now. But I've been doing this for quite a while now, and using this feature almost every day. I've never seen it hit anything. But it does sometimes need a little bit of encouragement. And so if it ever pauses on you, just make sure you tap the accelerator just to let the car know that it's okay. And so it did all of that itself. Now, fun thing, it can also unpark you from a space. To have it take you out of a space, tap here. It brings you to this menu, and all you have to do is choose your direction, hit the brake, start the procedure, and then you have to put the car in drive. From there, you'll see these green lines. Car is under its own control, but always make sure the coast is clear yourself. From there, go. Hit the accelerator, and know that if anything happens, it's totally your fault and Mercedes will not pay for it. But that's why it does it very slowly. Also, it will always try and back up. This is honestly the slowest you'll ever see this car moving in real life. It likes to stop at the lines that it gives itself, and once it's ready to roll, it will usually put you in a precarious situation. And if you find that that's happening, just take control of the wheel and you're in control again. All right, so this brings us to the end of this CLE AMG demo. I'm going to finish with some glamour shots of the interior. If you guys like this video, please leave me a like. Please give it a share if you have anyone who you think can benefit from this video. But for now, thanks for tuning in. Take care, guys, and look for my new E-Class video coming up next.